Jim and Milt has been around since 1968. They've been serving loyal customers in Tallahassee for 60 years, and they'll still likely be serving customers in Tallahassee for 60 more. As far as I know, Jim and Milt has only ever served in Tallahassee, and I find that fascinating as they've been able to stay open for so long without ever expanding, as you would expect a business with so much success to do. They stuck around and stayed only in Tallahassee. In case some of you don't know, Jim and Milt serves barbecue, but they also serve breakfast as they open Monday through Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday to Sunday from 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. as well. And now I interviewed a friend who frequents Jim and Milt's every now and then, and here's what they had to say. First off, what is your name? Are you a student at FSU, and have you ever heard of Jim and Milt's? Sup, my name is Steve. I'm a student at FSU, and yes, I have heard of Jim Milt's. The next question I have for you is, have you eaten at Jim and Milt's, and what'd you think of it, and how'd you like the food? Actually, I have eaten at Jim and Milt's. I thought the service was pretty good. I thought the food was pretty good as well. I really liked the quality of it. Barbecue's barbecue in my opinion. It's usually pretty tasty, and yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was a good experience for me. The next question I have for you is, would you recommend it to any of your friends? Of course I would. I think it's a really, really great place to go with friends. To be honest, usually they serve pitchers of beer if you're 21 and up. The seating's like it's almost set up for you to go with a bunch of friends, if you ask me. So yeah, of course I'd recommend it to most of my friends, and I'd probably ask most of them to come with me next time I go. Next question I have for you is, how long do you think Jim and Milt's has been around Tallahassee for? Oh gosh, I have no clue. Like 20, 30 years maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong. You actually are wrong. Yeah, it's been around since 1968, which means it's been open and serving people since for 60 years, which is quite impressive. What are your thoughts on that? Well, I that's actually wow. That's a pretty long time. I think that's actually pretty good for them. Good for them, you know? The next question is, do you think that the amount of time a place sticks around, the more important it becomes? Do you think there's a level of importance to a restaurant like Jim and Milt's, which has been around for over 50 years? If so, why? I don't know that, the longer a place sticks around, the more important it becomes, especially a place like Jim and Milt's. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a restaurant. But I will say that, it has people have been gathering around it for the past 60 years. So, maybe in that regard, there is a level of importance to it. Um, as for whether or not I think there's a level of importance to a restaurant like Jim and Milt's, like I said before, at the end of the day, it's a restaurant. So I don't know. It's hard for me to really say whether or not I think it's important because it's been around so long. Um, yeah. All right. Final question. Is there anything else that you would like to say regarding Jim and Melts? Sure. If you well, first of all, if you haven't been to Jim and Melts, you should definitely check it out. Um, but other than that, it's quality food, quality barbecue. Uh, I mean, it has to be, right? It's been around for the past 60 years. So yeah, I think Jimmy Mills is pretty good. It's quality service, and yeah, I think that's really all there is to say about it. All right, well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it very much. No problem. Thank you for having me.